Again, welcome, and we made it to Election Day 2024.
That's right. Voters have been lined up across the country to cast their ballots in this historic and consequential election. The first polls will close in exactly 5 hours. Former President Donald Trump voted this morning in Florida. He held his final campaign rally overnight in Grand Rapids, Michigan. The former president spoke to reporters after casting his ballot.
They're crazy. If I lose an election, if it's a fair election, I'd be the first one to acknowledge it. And I think so far, I think it's been fair.
Trump's running mate, Senator J.D. Vance, also voted this morning in the state of Ohio.
Right now, Vice President Kamala Harris is at her residence in Washington, D.C. She voted by mail over the weekend. Her running mate, Governor Tim Walz, voted early last month. The vice president's final rally ended early this morning in Philadelphia.
Here at these famous steps, a tribute to those who start as the underdog and climb to victory.
Important to note that we may not know the winner of the presidential race tonight. Election officials nationwide are urging patience as all of the votes are counted. We begin our coverage this hour by talking about the candidates out there. NBC News correspondent Dasha Burns is in West Palm Beach, Florida, covering the Trump campaign. And NBC News White House correspondent Monica Alba is outside the White House. She's been covering the Harris campaign. Dasha, I'll start with you. Former President Trump holding a watch party later tonight, not far from where you are. What is he doing between now and then? And how is the Trump campaign feeling going into tonight?
Well, look, Kate, it was a long night for the former president, his staff, and our great reporters covering him. He landed here at 6 a.m. this morning, and you just saw him there voting here in Palm Beach with his wife, Melania. He's now back at Mar-a-Lago. He'll be spending much of the day there watching those returns come in. At some point, he's going to make his way over to the Palm Beach Convention Center where the formal watch party is happening. We did get some reporting just moments ago that Elon Musk, the tech mogul and now Trump surrogate, will be watching the returns come in with the former president. He'll be spending at least part of his evening at Mar-a-Lago with Mr. Trump. And look, the former president held his last rally, get this, guys, of his near decade of being a candidate. When you take a step back and you think about that, pretty remarkable. He himself has been pretty nostalgic and wistful, going off teleprompter a whole lot over the last 24 hours in his final battleground blitz, talking about the closing messages that his campaign wants him to talk about, which is the economy and immigration, but also veering off into some attacks on his rivals, calling Democrats evil, using some profanity over Nancy Pelosi, and painting a dark picture of a nation that is broken and saying that only he can fix it, guys.
Monica, let's bring you in here. Vice President Harris will be holding her watch party tonight at Howard University. Dasha mentioned nostalgia. That's her alma mater. What else should we know about her Election Day plans? And what's the campaign saying about expectations for this evening?
That's right, Sinclair. Certainly a very sentimental choice for the vice president, and that's why she wanted to be there tonight for her election evening event. It's unclear at what time we may see her, depending, of course, on the rolling results. And the Harris campaign has been very clear in the last couple of days to say that this could take a while, and they have really set out a timeline for how this may happen. But overall, and the message you saw all day yesterday as the vice president was barnstorming Pennsylvania with 5 stops, is this idea that this team believes, at least in this moment, that the momentum is on their side. So the vice president and the second gentleman got back to Washington late last night. She is at the Naval Observatory, her residence, where she has been doing a series of radio calls into battleground states, encouraging voters who maybe haven't made that plan but still have time to get out to the polls to do so, and really talking and framing this race as they have tried strategically to do in the last little bit, which is to present a more joyful, more optimistic, and more confident post and message here. And that has really been what they've tried to do and what the vice president will likely do. She's going to be watching returns with her family tonight from her D.C. residence. Again, before heading to Howard, they expect at some point, depending on how all of this advances this evening. Kate and Sinclair.
Depending on how everything goes, right? Dasha Burns, Monica Alba, thanks to you both.
Well, out of the 7 battleground states, Pennsylvania has the most electoral votes on the map, 19 to be exact, and it could be the deciding state in this election.
Voters are lining up across the state from Philadelphia to Pittsburgh, the smaller communities in between, to cast their ballots today. In the final days of the race, both former President Trump and Vice President Harris spent a lot of time campaigning in the Commonwealth.
Joining us now, NBC News political and national correspondent Jacob Soboroff, who is in Philadelphia. Jacob, what are you hearing from the voters out there?
Hey, Zinkler. Hey, Kate. So this is one of 1,703 different election divisions in the city of Philadelphia. You know the Harris campaign wants to drive up turnout here. They're going to be happy with what they're seeing. This is one of the main polling places next to Temple University. How long you guys been in line for so far?
Like an hour and a half.
Wow, good for you. Are you excited?
Yes, very.
First time voting?
Yes, sir.
Okay, first time voting. They've been in line for an hour and a half. I want to show you how long the line is here. So I said 1,703 different election divisions. There's about 700 different polling places all throughout the great city of Philadelphia. Philadelphia City and Philadelphia County are the same election jurisdiction and certainly the largest one in the state of Pennsylvania. 19 different electoral votes are on the line. This is not even the beginning of the line. How you guys feeling? Everybody doing okay? Everybody doing okay? About an hour so far? About an hour so far? You know that the Harris campaign, I was there last night. Vice President Harris was here in Philadelphia last night. She was here to make her case to voters in this city, just like, by the way, Hillary Clinton was on election eve 2016. She had her rally by Independence Hall on the Rocky Steps is where we were last night. This line just keeps going and going and going. How's everybody feeling? You guys doing okay? All right, so as I said, the name of the game here for both campaigns, and you know that there's a big voter turnout effort that's happening right here. The name of the game is driving up turnout in these urban areas, especially here around Temple University. You know the Trump campaign as well is focusing on those rural areas, in the middle of the state. I got to get to the end of the line before we're done here, guys, but I'm not sure we're going to do it because it literally stretches all the way to the end of the block, Cecil B. Moore Avenue. If I can get to the end of the line, I want to see how people are feeling about an hour and a half wait coming up ahead of them. Guys, anybody first time voting? First time voting? How you feeling?
I'm good.
It might be an hour and a half before you get in there. You're going to be all right?
Yeah.
She's all right. Guys, I didn't make it all the way to the end. I'm going to keep walking backwards when I throw it back to you because I want to say hello to the people at the end. But guys, this is the turnout I think any campaign wants to see. Back to you both.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible,
Truly.
the turnout there. Jacob, thank you so much.
Thank you. Another major battleground state is Michigan, a frequent stop for both candidates this election season.
Both Vice President Harris and former President Trump have each held more than a dozen events in the state. Michigan is part of what people are calling the blue wall, right? Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Winning those states would be Harris's clearest path to victory. Former President Trump, though, has also focused on those states, holding his final campaign rally last night in Grand Rapids, Michigan. NBC News correspondent Maggie Vespa joins us now from Grand Rapids. Maggie, this is the first national election where people in Michigan have been able to vote early. They didn't have it before and in person. So What are you seeing and hearing today? Are a lot of people showing up to vote on the day of?
A lot of people voted on the day of, but more than 1 million people, if we can look at this graphic right now, 1.2 million took advantage of that first-time opportunity to vote early and in person. So both campaigns lauding that as a victory. When you add in the absentee and mail-in ballots, we have total more than 3.3 million people in Michigan, voters in Michigan, already casting their ballots before the sun even came up today, guys. That's a 45% turnout before Election Day. If we can come back out here live, this is where the absentee and mail-in ballots are counted. We have election workers here opening the envelopes, and they compare in particular the number on the ballot to the number that was assigned to each voter to make sure people turned in their proper ballots. Then they put them in tabulator machines to my right. We're not going to show you those because we've got some sensitive info that just came up on the screens there. Obviously, looking at Michigan as a whole, we have the auto industry here. The economy is a big issue. We're hearing from people. In fact, a couple of people that we talked about voting for Vice President Harris or former President Trump tied to that same issue, inflation and the economy. Let's hear that sound now.
She can relate to low-income or medium-based families. And right now, that's very important because of our kids, our ability to have a roof over our head. Food, everything is so expensive right now.
I voted Trump. I'm going to vote pure Republican. Anytime a Democrat's in office, my wallet suffers. Usually I see my 401s earns less, my pay decreases and doesn't increase. Like right now, we got Democrat, automotive is down. So I know Michigan's hurting right now.
Yeah, so obviously razor tight here in Michigan, guys. Polls show the vice president with as little as a 1-point lead, so well within the margin of error. That being said, with all this early voting, you won't have to wait long. The Secretary of State theorizing that we could have final results from Michigan as early as midday tomorrow. Guys.
All right, Maggie Vespa with the latest. Thank you.
There is a big focus on security at the polls this election day as federal and local law enforcement officials prepare for the possibility of political violence.
In Washington, D.C., the U.S. Capitol Police said that they arrested a man who was stopped during a screening at the Capitol Visitor Center. They said he smelled like fuel and had a torch and flare gun. Joining us now, NBC News law enforcement and intelligence correspondent Tom Winter. So, Tom, tell us the latest on that and other potential threats that officials are tracking today.
Right, Sinclair. So the Capitol Police are out with a statement saying they arrested a man just a short time ago at the Capitol Visitor Center. This is where you would go if you wanted to go on a tour or have to visit somebody at Congress. They said the man smelled like fuel, had a torch and a flare gun. Now, they've closed the CVC for tours for the day, and they're going to continue this investigation. We're working on a name and an identification and why this individual was there and why this person had those things on them. So that's an active and ongoing investigation and a statement. And we just received some information from the FBI as well that there were a number of bomb threats that were phoned into polling places in Georgia. They say that those bomb threats came from email addresses or from locations associated with a Russian domain name. So that's where it's coming from. Of course, important to note that just because it has a Russian domain name, sometimes that can be spoofed or somebody can use that fictitiously. So perhaps it's coming from somewhere else. But these are all active threats and things that we're looking at across the country at the moment.
All right. Tom Winter checking all that for us. Tom, thank you.
Sure thing.
While we're talking about a national election today, the reality is all politics is local. What happens at individual polling places could affect how long it takes to get the results tonight and in the coming days.
Since it took days for Pennsylvania to count the votes back in 2020, there's been a lot of focus on the Keystone State, and already we are seeing some issues this time around in Cambria County. It's about an hour and a half east of Pittsburgh. Voters there early this morning were told the machines that scan ballots were not working, and people were told to leave their ballots to be scanned later. Voting has now been extended in Cambria County until 10 p.m. Eastern Time. NBC News senior reporter Jane Tim is part of our Vote Watch team. She joins us now. So, Jane, it's a busy day for you. Talk about what we know about Cambria County, but other issues we might be seeing at places beyond Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Cambria County had a software malfunction that led to those machines not working as intended. You know, when you have a one-day or a couple of week operation every 4 years or every 2 years, these type of problems do occur where something goes wrong and you have something like this. But overall, we've had a really smooth day. We're seeing long lines due to high turnout and people voting in great numbers. But we mostly are seeing a pretty smooth election. Pennsylvania definitely has a few issues. Erie County is still waiting on more than 7,500 ballots after a third-party vendor was slow to mail those ballots out. But those voters can vote provisionally. And as you said, Cambria County, they can vote till 10 p.m., though they will be casting provisional ballots after 8 p.m. Overall, I'd say you have a pretty smooth election. Knock on wood. We'll be watching to see if anything more comes out.
We're definitely knocking on the wood, the glass, anything we can find. Jane Tim, thank you.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.